Folks, welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. We are here today, our 5th race of the truck season. We are going to be racing at Dover Speedway today. I think I have to set this up. Hold on. That looks better. 200 laps. We were not at 200 laps before, so this is good. Taking a look, we have 100 grand in the bank. And I need to take a look at my work setup and see who is available for anything as far as my last employee to hire. And then we'll get into the race. Let's take a look here. All right, so we hired one new person. That's Tammy Masterson. I maxed her out in Aero, so we're good there. Obviously, we can only have the H that we have, so until we buy the next truck. But it looks a lot busier in the garage. We'll be running with truck number 2 today, which is actually maxed out across the board. First time we've had that. Hopefully it bodes well for us here at Dover. And then we started the upgrade process for the Charlotte truck and all the way down to the Iowa truck. So we should be looking pretty good going forward. We've selected our truck. All that's left to do is get out there, drive around a little bit, and we will see you at qualifying. We achieved our practice goal. It took a little bit of effort there, and I don't know how well it's going to transfer over to qualifying, but I don't know. We'll find out right now, I guess. All right, here we go. Qualifying lap now underway. I'm hoping that was a pretty good 1 and 2. Replicate that in 3 and 4. We're not going to get that qualifying time at all, but we're at least put together a solid lap in the 25s. Nope, hit the wall. Oh, wow. That went really bad.
Let's see where that puts you.
All right. That was horrible. And we still didn't qualify last. Holy crap. I guess I'll have to be aware of that when we're racing. Top 5, Hill, Joe Cobb. Top 5, Hill, Cobb, Friesen, Crafton, Anderson. Custom drivers, 7th, Schildhaus. 10th, Cost. 13th, Egan. 15th, Bethel. 16th, Kenseth. 17th, Norick. 20th, Kane. 22nd, Stout. 23rd, Perez. 24th, Norton. 26th, Chavez. 27th, Oliveira. We're in 28th. 29th is Malone. 30th, Smith. 31st, Carpenter. 32nd, Jones. Got a lot of work cut out for us after that crash during qualifying. We'll see how it turns out. All right, here we go. Jegs 200 starting off. Jennifer Jo Cobb. She's having a great weekend. Stuart Friesen, well, he's our friend, so we're safe around him. Austin Hill, pole winner. So no negative news here. I did decide to run a setup for this race after that crash, hoping that we get more speed and some stability. We'll find out how it goes. I didn't test it all because once you qualify, there is no happy hour. So here it is as we start off. Bring up the standings or the leaderboard.
All right, you're clear there. Got one.
And of course, the best thing for us here is to not be around some of the angry drivers. So it looks like we have a buffer between us and some of them, so that's good, but we'll see how long it lasts. We got, well, no, I was like, what? I'm not hitting the apron, but it wasn't. It was Michael Chavez hitting us. Here we are getting around some of the slower traffic early on. We do have a pretty solid truck as far as speed goes. Norton gets on our inside, though, so I couldn't do anything about that. The difference is when they're rivals, they'll take, like, the space between him and the apron right there. They'll drive into that to get around you, and that's the unfortunate part for me. But if I can get around the rivals, we'll have a pretty solid and normal race here. Although I just got hit by a rival, which sent me up the track. Thankfully, I didn't hit Norick, who is not a rival.
Still there?
But not, we're getting ridden up on the wall. So that's going to be impossible for us to figure out how to get down because of that. We've got Bethel and Graham. Oh, that was a big hit, and Graham has now pinned us to the wall. Best thing I can do is just get around him. We're getting close not to being our rivals anymore, so that's good. We're already up 9 spots. As Norton runs down on us, which is going to obviously cause some issues. But Hopefully our drive off is so good that we're... Nope.
You're clear there. That was a great lap.
Well, he spun himself out doing that to me. So there's that. We're going to stay out. That's how that goes. You've seen it so many times since we have all the rivals, but
You're coming to the green.
we're doing the best we can in the Xfinity series to not have any rivals, and we don't at this point. We've run way more races in there than we did in the Truck Series beginning, and we don't have a single rival. As a matter of fact, we have more friends than rivals. So Harmon, who is our boss in the other league, is he's our rival here, so he ran us down, but we've got a ways now before we hit any other rivals. I see Max Cost up there, and I know Schildhaus is up there as well. We've got a truck that can win a race today, and I was hoping for that earlier, and I really do believe that we do have that.
Careful, still there.
That's not what I want to do.
Car there on the outside.
And I would like to know 59 laps in the tank. I mean, obviously we only have 30-something laps left in the run, but I was just curious about this.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
There we go.
Wow,
45
that
laps
is fast.
in the first stint. I'm wondering if it's 45-45, and then that would leave 110 for your final run, which would be kind of awesome. That's a long run. I also don't know if we come right back here in the Xfinity race next week, which would be great as well. Just, it's a different experience, not having people that loathe us.
Wow, that's fast.
We got our way up to 10th.
Hold your line, stay high.
Now I'm starting to wonder if this is kind of our spot for now. Goal is 10th, so we're where we need to be, but I don't have the speed to get around Anderson on the outside, I don't think. Well, maybe I can push it. Maybe I can. We'll see how the drive off here is. All right, we did have the drive off, so we were able to get around Anderson, which leaves us to come up and compete with Sauter, Cost, and Schildhaus, all three rivals. So not great. Not great to have solid trucks up in the lead pack that are rivals of ours. We've seen them wreck themselves just to try to wreck us. One of these times they're going to succeed. I know last season we got a couple DNFs by being wrecked by rivals. So I'm going to try to be as smooth as possible to get around Cost right here. Little bit of contact, but we're okay for now. I'm sort of watching him in the mirror. Keep a bit of a lead on him going through here. Sauter gives us the same little message of we hate you. Schildhaus ran high, so we ended up not having to worry about that. Now we just have to run a good couple turns, and this will put us maybe with a buffer if we can get around Enfinger. And I drop down to the inside on this runoff and get to his fender. No, it doesn't look like we'll get to the fender in time. Maybe. Sorry about it. Just a little bump. No big deal. Up behind our friend Friesen. That's a good thing, but he's running the high line, so we won't be staying with him for too long. It's nice to be running up here. We've had quite a run so far early on. Getting a little loose off at times as we're trying to keep turning the steering wheel a little late in the turns. That, of course, will cause that back end to slide out, so I got to be aware of that.
Stay on the bottom.
See if we can run a good... The steering wheel feels interesting. Feels fine at one point, then it starts to feel real loose, like we're losing grip. And then it feels fine again. Oh, don't touch him. He's a friend. Best thing I can do is just hit my marks and then figure out how to get around him that way. He's running the high line, so hitting my marks should work. Like, I should just be able to get around him. Or he's going to drive away because I screwed up a little bit there. I don't know. There we go. That was a good drive off. Put a little space between us and Enfinger. And actually, it was so good that we're gaining up on Friesen. I don't think that, I mean, it's going to take the stage completion, us pitting, to be able to compete with the top trucks, but, I mean, top being first and second place. We might get freezing right through these turns if we have a good set.
Stay on the bottom.
We have passed him. Yep, we cleared him. Yeah, the steering wheel feels a little weird, but it worked. Definitely able to get a lot faster laps into the 24s with this setup, which we weren't even able to get in. We were having a hard time being 25.5 in practice without a setup, so that's a big deal. Half a second off is huge. As we're coming up on Malone's truck and Speedy Jones. Austin Hill is right there. I think we're actually maybe even gaining on him right now.
Careful. Still there.
Gotta be aware. Slower traffic and all that. I don't want to be on the outside of Jones coming out. We're going to try to get some speed off going through here. He can push down on us. I don't want him to push up on us when we're on the other. He didn't. He chose not to. I wonder if he isn't a rival anymore. He has not done that in a while when we've driven around him. So it's either that or it has to do with us being a lead car and him being down a lap. Should be okay with Oliveira here. I don't think he was a rival when we did what we do. Pierce said he's not a rival, so that's good. That's the thing when I replace drivers in these leagues. I don't want to do this. Is a bad idea. And then I hit him because I got I messed up. That was the answer. When I do the oh jeez, we slowed down that much. Shieldhouse just came and barreled through our back end. That wasn't great. Anyway, that was not great at all, actually. Holy crap. I really need to be able to drive through this whole area right now. And okay, we did it. Wow. Car drove down like that because we were actually sliding sideways. I really overdrove that to get around that, or to get away from Shieldhouse, who pretty sure has damaged our back end. Anyway, when I do the driver modifications, the one thing I can't change is their status with us, rival and things like that. I looked a lot, and because of that, the Xfinity Series not being the custom drivers yet until next season, I'm doing my best not to get any bad relationships with them so that when we are racing next season, we don't have what we have right now, which is all these drivers that are angry with us constantly, since apparently it doesn't matter how clean you race around them, they just hate you forever. It's not true. They say that you can get out of it, but I know we've been racing fairly clean around these drivers for a long time. We're not hitting them, they're hitting us, and I really wish that them hitting you kind of knocked off some of their anger. That would be nice, but doesn't appear to be the case. As oh wow, is he gonna catch it? Nope. So Carpenter came down on us and did that. that was on him. He drove down on us right before we got into the corner. He just barely hit us and it spun himself out. We're not gonna pit. No reason to. Come out. Fourth place is where we were running. We've got a chance with Crafton and Jennifer Joe Cobb right in front of us to do some stuff maybe before the end of the stage here.
Hold your line, got one inside.
16 to go in stage one. We're going to actually stick with it. We'll have longer speed ups later. We've got too much going on right now. My biggest concern right now is that I got cost on my inside.
You got room.
Yeah,
You're
well,
clear.
there it is. Concern well met. He did run into us, but
Inside.
he appears not to be. Well, I can't say that. He doesn't like us.
Careful, still there.
I'm still going to do my best not to run through them. I know I have in the past just out of anger. Like this stuff right here is just obnoxious to me.
Still there.
But I'm still going to try not to be the one that causes the contact. Because if I'm able to avoid being the one that causes the contact, maybe it'll chill them out at some point. I think we might, depending on where we're at, come out of stage 2, we might just speed up the whole stage because
Careful.
we normally speed up half a stage, and we're not going to speed this stage up. This is way too exciting right now. Come out of stage 2, maybe not nearly as exciting because hopefully we come out in the lead and we're just driving away. That'd be great. I would like that. I expect costs to drive down on us. Not bad, though. Oh, yeah. No, there it is.
Still there?
I'm like, not bad, though, and all of a sudden I just don't have to turn my steering wheel. And I can see the smoke out of my rear view mirror from his tires. We were faster than Austin Hill.
Car there on the inside. You got room. You're clear there.
I know we were because we were catching him before we got around lap traffic and made a mistake. So we're up into second place, but Jennifer Jo Cobb driving away. Are we going to be able to catch her is the question. I don't know. About to find out. Also, Matt Crafton is not going away. Oh, we gained. Well, nope, never mind. I was like, we gained a 10th there, but we did not. I would say this setup
Inside.
makes it a little hard to drive at the end of a run, which is going to be interesting when we have our final stage and our run is actually dependent on our fuel, likely. So I guess we'll have to see how that all works out. I'm going to try to roll the corners a little more, use my brake a little less here, and see how that works out with ripping it up. I don't know. I felt pretty all right. And then I tapped the apron, but still felt better than it has been when I'm on the brakes. Got freezing right on us. We're obviously, as you can tell, we're making some gains on Crafton. Whoa, that was weird. I guess we touched the apron. I didn't think we did. Oh, Crafton is pitting. Interesting. We're not going to pit. We're not pitting because we're going to be at the end of the stage right now. There's no reason to. I don't know why he's pitting, though. We did not have contact with him during that whole process. We're going to be able to race Jennifer Jo Cobb now for the end of the stage. It's going to be very few laps left. Where we at here? Yeah, 6 to go.
All right, clear low. Inside.
No. Clear low. Clear.
Inside.
It's not clear. I drove down and she was there, you dumbass. Thanks for that.
Inside.
Ugh. Max costs on my bumper right now. Just tried to turn us, actually, after I said, oh, he's not being so bad with me.
Got one peeking inside. All right, you're clear
Stay
there.
inside and start working back up.
5 to go.
I've got to stop touching that apron. Whoa, huge hit by Sauter. Huge hit by Sauter. And another one.
You got room. You're clear.
I guess bumped him one or two too many times. Never did anything intentionally to Johnny Sauter, but that's how it goes, I guess.
Got one peeking inside. Clear all around.
He's getting good runs off and hitting us pretty hard.
Looking inside now.
Am I going to be able to hold on to this and not get wrecked coming out? Nope, he just touched us in that.
Inside.
He touched us. I thought I could hang on to it and just miss the wall, and guess what I didn't do? Haha, I didn't miss the wall. Now we got damage, as you can see on that front right side. Short track, though, so we can at least... They call it a speedway. It's a mile long. So, feels like a short track to me. Pretty short. Like a fast short track, but short track nevertheless.
See what's the line.
I don't know if I can do anything with these two there, hugging the inside pretty well. Maybe I could use Sauter. Or not. As soon as I got there, Cost was like, I'm going to take that spot down there, sir. See if I can do a... Whoa, that didn't do what I wanted to. I never got to his bumper. I was going to try to, on the exit, give him a little bump up, so like they did to me, and send him up the track. so that I can get that inside. Apparently, the only works against me, not for me.
Careful.
I'm trying. I want 4th place, but I'm not going to get it. Nope, we're not going to get it.
Still there.
Oh, we fought for it, but oh well. 5th place. We're really strong with fresh tires. We use them up a lot from getting hit, so maybe we can do better in the next stage. Crafted in 10th, he'll be leading coming out. Yeah, we'll leave things the way they are at this point. And we lost a spot on pit road because, well, that we didn't. It was because Matt Crafton didn't pit. We would have come out in 5th if Matt Crafton had pit. They didn't have to. So here we go. Thankfully, we have freezing on our inside because that means that we're not going to start this with getting run through. All right. Is that Egan there? Yep.
Say hi, say hi.
Can't really go anywhere right now, so I'll have to just kind of hang out with everybody until things go. Oh, wow. That was on me.
You got room. You're clear.
That was actually just me. That sucked. I didn't... Thought I was fine. I obviously was not.
Careful. Still there.
I know in practice I said I'd have to be aware of that, but apparently I wasn't. Or in qualifying.
Say hi, say hi.
Apparently I wasn't. I thought we were fine coming out. It just... And I think I remember this the last time. Sometimes it just seems like... Almost like a whip, where at the end it just snaps loose, snaps out like that. It's really weird.
Still there.
Yeah, I'm definitely losing some grip going through the turns.
Car there on the outside.
Got Max Cost up there in 2nd.
3 wide, keep pushing.
Not really sure what happened to Schildhaus. I just put Austin Hill into a wall. Coming off again, getting that little rear end kick out a little bit. Not great. Not great for us.
Hold your line, got one outside.
We're going to actually do our speed up now for the rest of this stage because we didn't do a speed up in stage 1 at all. So let's go ahead and speed things up. I'm going to focus, see how well I can run, and we'll be back with you at the next caution or the end of stage number 2. Caution flies. Not sure what it's for. We're staying out, obviously, and we're going to go right back to the speed up. there you have it. We're able to come home with the victory in stage number 2. That's a big deal. We are the truck to beat at this point, that is for sure. All right, we pit. We came out in the same place we went in. Good job for us, as we are about to begin this final stage of the race. Jennifer Jo Cobb on our outside. Good for us. 107 laps left in the race, so just over halfway. We'll figure out a way to break it up shortly. I don't know how much faster Jennifer Jo Cobb may be on fresh tires, or if we're going to make mistakes, which we did not right off the bat. So I changed my quote-unquote breaking point. I remember in Dirt to Daytona, I would do that too. I'd remember all of a sudden you could really drive it into the corner and then come off the gas here. And as you can see, we've almost got a second lead on everybody. That's kind of a big deal. So I'll take this time to promote the Discord channel, which is growing. We've got a number of people in there now, and one of the neat things about it is I do have the Xfinity paint schemes done. So each day in order, except for Cole Custer, who is the 00, who I have not finished him yet. As of recording this, I will, but by the time it's done, he'll be out there. I'll probably just put him as the last one. But anyway, every single day I'm posting pictures of the cars in the Xfinity series because, as I've said in previous videos, I am doing the 2023 roster and our subscriber drivers that are included in that. So it's going to be pretty great. It's going to be completely different than the current Xfinity. You know, you'll have some drivers that are still in the same number cars, but for the most part, for all parts, I don't think I have a single driver that I didn't put a different paint scheme on at least for. So if they're running the same number in 2023 that they did in 2020 or 2019 when this roster came out, it's not going to matter because I put them in a different paint scheme at the very least. So a lot of fun there, a lot of work, but with playoff football happening, it's really easy for me to have that on my screen above me and work on paint schemes on my main monitor. So that's what I've been doing, and something that I thought was going to be super daunting has turned out to be a pretty nice, enjoyable time. And I know we're only on, like, I don't even remember where we are specifically right now in the season. I want to say we're on race 10 of 33 or something, so we've got quite a while before that new season even starts. So if you want a sneak peek at the new paint schemes, the new cars, the new drivers that'll be in the next Xfinity season that I am posting videos on, go ahead and join the Discord, link in the description. Head on over there. We've got chat areas for everybody as well. If you want to chat about the series, you want to chat about real racing, any other kind of sports, or just general stuff, feel free. You're going to have like-minded people in there. And, well, as far as people who enjoy racing at the very least, and you're also going to be able to have people that are a part of this community to chat with or to see what's going on with them in general if they're a part of this series. So anyway, shameless plug done. And we are just driving away ever since I changed my breakpoint. Just driving away. And that's awesome. I mean, having a dominant race, having our second win of the season, I want, and you guys know this, I want this to be my championship season so that we can get away from, unless we get to the next end of the season and a lot of truck drivers aren't rivals anymore, the truck series isn't going to go the way I wanted it to, which I wanted to do 3 seasons with each series at the least, and especially with custom drivers and things like that. But because the racing here, and you'll see if you watch any of the Xfinity races, it's completely different just because you're able to actually drive around the other drivers without getting run over, getting run into, smashed into the rear end, turned down when you're trying to go into a corner, or wall ridden when you're going down the outside of a straightaway. So it sucks again that had to happen that way. Lessons were learned, and I really wish that I had learned those lessons before I had already started a new series, because we had already restarted the series when I had figured out, with the help of one of the subscribers, I had figured out how to how the actual driver upgrades should work. They're backwards from what normal games would be. And with that, I did the whole thing where we had the big scandal that happened with custom parts and this and that for fun to kind of go with the role-playing aspect of the game. But at that point, we had restarted because I had figured out, finally, we had figured out how to do the driver upgrades properly so that the subscriber drivers started poorly like I am, or was, and then moved up. That's still a work in progress, not that part, but how much they're going to be able to upgrade. And in the Xfinity series, they're going to be able to upgrade quite a bit more than they do right now, really. And I want to say by season 2, they'll be vying for championships, and we'll be just trying to catch them at that point, and I'm okay with that. Season 1 is going to be the season that they are working on figuring it out, but then season 2, they'll be, top-tier trucks as well. I'm not doing this. This seems like a bad idea with him there. I can get around Rutch, and she won't drive down on us. But I know that Norton would, so back out of that and then come do it now. Or he'll still get us, but... Oh, no, he didn't. He stayed in the middle. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So anyway, I think as soon as I'm done with, or as soon as we start the Xfinity series with the custom drivers in the 2023 roster, 2022-2023 season roster. No, it was only 2023. What am I talking about? It starts in February, ends before the end of the year. So anyway, the 2023 roster, I'll be talking to them, and we'll start working on the new Cup Series paint schemes as well. Because I want to be able to, in case we end up jumping to the Cup Series a little earlier like we ended up doing with the Xfinity Series, I want to be prepared for that. But I know we aren't going to jump to the Cup Series. We'll do hot seat races next season in the Xfinity Series, I would assume. But at least I assume... Whoa, I touched the wall. That was stupid. And we have damage on that front right again because you can see the fold in the front of the hood. That's all right. I don't feel anything different. So anyway, I'll be working on that. For the subscriber drivers watching this, know that I'll be working on that as well coming up, so that in case we get into a situation where we go next season in the Xfinity Series and where you start in the Cup Series the following season, you guys already be in there, so we don't have a season like we have right now where it's me just racing against the 2019-2020 drivers from the standard drivers, because that's not fun. I have done two custom paint schemes, one for Nemechek, who's my teammate, because he had a political paint scheme on him, and that's not what my channel is about, so I just removed that. And then the other one was Castle. Landon Castle had like the most plain paint scheme ever. So I hooked him up with a good paint scheme. I want to say I gave him a paint scheme from one of his other race teams and race cars, actually. So it's legit. It's not like I just gave him a custom paint scheme. I'm pretty sure I went online and found something that was his. And it ended up being good. Wow, we are having a fantastic race right now, and I am loving this as we are just continuing to drive away from the leaders. It was really just that one change where I started to drive it into the corner before I let off the gas, and that was also because it was like I was slowing down way too much through the corner. I would end up touching the apron. I'm like, wow, it's really sensitive there too, and I don't like it. We got a caution. It was really sensitive. I didn't like it, and I'm like, well, I don't understand what's going on here. So I decided to drive it in farther so that we would kind of fade up the track, and then by the time we slowed down, we could hit the gas and not have a problem. And that seemed to work. I'm not pitting. What am I doing? So now we get to start this all over again. Hopefully it continues to go as well as it was.
We're going green. Be ready. Ready. Green flag, green flag. Got a car high now. All clear.
That's good because Johnny Sauter, given the opportunity, would have absolutely owned us right there. We did touch the apron. We're sliding a little bit, which slowed us down. Hopefully we're able to get away from him right now.
Inside. All right, you're clear there.
Hopefully.
Inside. You're all clear on the bottom there.
All right. Our drive off was really good there. That was a big deal, actually. I screwed that up, too. I was in such a groove when I was just chatting, and I just screwed it up. We're all right. It's going to be okay. See, there we go. I like to be higher up and then to bring it down and then arc it back up. I don't know. On this track, it works for me a lot better. Jennifer Jo Cobb takes second place back from Johnny Sauter, who seemed to have a good start, but then went high on the track and is losing positions. We got Austin Hill looking like he's about to pass him as well, according to the relative. This track is a little bumpy, but we're, it's one of my, I'd say probably second favorite track. Goes Bristol, then Dover. It's just so, I mean, shorter tracks are super fun. Not only to drive, I'm talking about to go see. So, although Charlotte was awesome to see, that was a fantastic time anytime I went out there, so. All right, folks, we are, 79 laps left. We've got this lead. We've driven 30 laps, 30 plus laps on this stage, or not stage, well, yeah, final stage of the race. So we're going to go ahead and speed things up, and I feel like we'll come back when we are going to be pitting for the last time. Well, I thought I could get through there without him driving down on us, and it didn't work, so there we go again. We'll pit. That's the final pit of the race. Of about 50 laps left, I'm sure. That sucks. I wanted to run it out, but that's how that went. I should have just been more patient and waited till they all lined up. I just didn't want to get caught and passed.
All right, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready. Ready. Hammer down. Got one peeking out.
I love how he's like hammered down. We were already in the gas. We were already driving. Like, what's he talking about?
You're all clear up top there.
Goal is to do exactly what we've done since we've been in the lead, which is drive away. Drive away. We had gone 60 laps on our tires, so we know we can do it because we only have 52 left in the race, which is pretty great. I think what I'll do here is I'll just speed it up now until we get into lap traffic, which shouldn't be too long. Then we'll do a thing. We'll get back on the mic and chat through the lap traffic, and then we'll be done with the race. Hopefully, bringing home our second victory of the season, because that would be awesome. All right. We'll be back with you when I said we will. All right, we're in lap traffic technically. So, here we go. 42 at the line. Really the goal with me when it comes to these rivals, which that time it didn't matter because we caught him at a great spot and we're able to just drive past him. But, like, we have this row of 3 coming up. And the biggest goal is going to be get him at the right time. I prefer to pass him on the inside unless I have a really good run on him right as we're getting into the corner. Then I'll go around him on the outside. But the reason why I don't like to do that unless I know I'm going to pass him is they'll drive all the way up to the wall regardless of, wow, he was going way slower than I thought. This is going completely against what I had hoped as we're getting run down. So anyway, they'll drive you up into the wall on turn exit, but like this, I should be able to get around Carpenter, and actually I should be able to cut down and get past Bethel. There we go. Norik is not a rival, neither is Rutch, so driving around them on the outside is not a problem. Perez is, and so I want to make sure to get to him at the right time. And it looks like we'll be able to get around him on the outside here.
Clear all around there.
So that worked out. Got Parker Smith up here. And again, these trucks are going to start to be a lot faster after week 8. I'm going to have everybody kind of boost. So they're all driving up in the, which is crappy for me if I'm being completely honest. Because when they're all faster and they're all vying for wins as well, they're all rivals, so these driving away from them is not going to be as fun and easy because they slow you down in the corner when they hit you. And that's the biggest problem, trying to get outside of that. And if there's a group of 4 or 5 of them, it's a gauntlet that you're trying to get around, and it just isn't any fun at all. Jason White, I believe that is right there. Either that or Decker. I can't tell until I get a little closer. Yeah, it's Jason White. So he's not a rival. We'll just drive right around him, no problem. Jeremiah Graham in front of us. His new car for the Xfinity Series is awesome. He's seen it. No one else has aside from him and I. But I feel like I didn't do him any justice. He was the first truck I painted when I started this series. And I was just kind of learning some stuff, and I kind of left it alone. And so he deserved a much cooler looking car for the Xfinity Series, and he got it. He didn't ask for it, he just appreciates the fact that he's in the league and all this, but it's actually, I felt bad, and so I went ahead and made sure to give him something a little special. I like his new car a lot, and again, if you want a sneak peek at that, join the Discord. It's going to be a minute, because we just posted car number 20 today, David Schildhaus. We go in chronological order. We don't have, obviously, 33 cars between Schildhaus and Graham, so he'll be up there, but it's not, it'll be, I don't know how long, actually. I'd have to take a look, but probably over a week or so before I post his. But that also means we've got, 7-10 days of other cars that are getting posted on that Discord. Car paint schemes, shots of the cars front and back. So And that's awesome. During that conversation, I totally didn't do anything that I normally do, and we ended up getting run into by 2 of the trucks, so you got to see firsthand what happens when you don't set it up right, which sucks. It didn't affect us too bad, but Jennifer Jo Cobb is only 2.5 seconds behind us. She is the one that could give us problems, and I need that not to happen because I want to win this race. See, Kane, we're not going to get to at the right time, so I slowed down, see if I can get him around the outside going through the turn. I'm not going to, so I'm going to actually back off and try to time it right that we're getting the... Well, no, we didn't do well there. We didn't do well there at all. And I just need to... Yeah, I think we'll get the run off here.
You got room. You're clear there.
There we go. Don't hit the wall. We're good. Perfect. Thing is, also, Jennifer Jo Cobb is at an advantage here. She doesn't have the problems that I have with the other drivers. So she's not getting... She doesn't have to time it right. She can just pick wherever and drive around them. They're not trying to run her up the track, down the track, inside of the track, outside of the track. They're just driving around by her. Nice thing is that Olivier is not a rival, so as you can see, I can just hit it and not worry about it. Pass him with ease. There's almost a fog on the track. I keep thinking that some of these trucks in the distance are smoking. They're not. There we go. Stout right in front of us. We'll catch him down the straight, which is good for us.
Careful. Still there. Clear high, bud.
Is this Harmon? He is also a rival. When we get to him, we're going to want to make sure that we're cautious about how we approach and pass. It still just kills me. Like, when you develop the game, didn't anybody think of, hey, what if you end up driving for that driver's team? Or end up being a teammate of this driver in the next series. So we're in the Xfinity series, and he's our boss. And he's a friend in that series. We go over this series, he's a rival? How does that work? This is dumb. He's going to run into us. Oh, it was pretty quick because he actually slowed himself down by doing it that time. Good. But you get my point. Like, wouldn't you think that bygones would be bygones if you just hired me to drive for you in your other series and we're friends there? That doesn't make sense. So, truck series, you're going to come up to me in pit road, punch me in my face, and then we're going to go unload the cup or the Xfinity cars after the race to start practice, and you're going to give me a hug? Like, huh? A little Jekyll and Hyde stuff going on there. 26 left in the race. And let's go ahead. We're just kind of driving around right now. Things look pretty good. Let's speed things up till 5 to go. It shouldn't take too long anyway. And we'll finish this race out, hopefully, with a victory.
to go. This time out.
Here we go, 5 to go. So when I ran into the wall pretty hard, and Jennifer Jo Cobb was like 1.5 or 1.4 seconds away from us after that, my middle finger locked, and I went to stretch out my right hand, and my middle finger locked, and I had to unlock it. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but when I did that, I ran into the wall. So that's why that happened. But we are 4.5 laps away from an incredible finish here. We are actually catching up to, 6th, 5th, and 4th are right in front of me. So that's pretty awesome. Jennifer Jo Cobb has stuck with us fairly well, though. She hasn't really gone away too much.
Outside.
This is, as you're well aware, this and...
Clear high, clear high.
Oh, wow. Why did he do that? Is it gonna... Yeah. Okay, so that's dumb. I'm gonna not pit. I don't know why Parker Smith just did that. He drove down on us again. Well, I know why. He's a rival, but it's just stupid. So now we have to... Actually, in overtime, it's going to be exciting. So,
we're going green.
Welcome to it.
Be ready.
We've got really worn tires.
Green flag, green flag.
And
hold your line. Got one
we've got all these other trucks with us that are,
2 laps left. Stay calm.
you know, fast. Everyone caught back up as we were just on the tail end of the top 5. Unbelievable. Jennifer Jo Cobb right on us. Hopefully driving it in hard will still work. Fade up the track a little bit. Hang on to it. Sliding. Oh, we're good. All right, 3/10 behind us. We've got 1 lap left to go. Get on the brakes a little bit. Get back on the gas. Hope that we're continue to drive away. Hoping that this is kind of anticlimactic, if I'm being honest. Half a lap left. 2 turns left. Crowd going wild. I don't know if they are, but I assume I would be. Because the Can-Am 48 truck driver Tony Savoy is going to take home his 2nd win of the season. Amazing drive by this team. Top 5, Savoy, Cobb, Friesen, Cost, Sauter. Other custom drivers, 7th, Schildhaus, 12th, Egan, 16th, Kenseth, 18th, Graham, 20th, Kane, 21st, Norick, 23rd, Smith, 24th, Perez, 25th, Carpenter, 26th, Bethel, 27th, Stout, 28th, Chavez, 29th, Oliveira. And we had our trucks that did not finish the race. And that was Spencer Boyd, Speedy Jones, and Matt Malone. Here we are. There's the trophy. Here we are, excited as can be. Fantastic. Fastest lap came by us. Awesome. That change we made really helped. Most laps led was us again. On the move. That was us. Misfortune struck Spencer Boyd as he started 12th and finished 30th. We didn't get a single comment from anybody. That's sad. Well, in our next episode, we will be racing at Dover in the Xfinity Series. We run these half, and this one's 100 laps, but we have no stages, so that'll be interesting. Should be a good race. We are in 12th place in the standings for the Xfinity Series. In the 8th race of the season is when I will go over the standings. The 8th race of the truck season is when we'll go over the standings. That's also for you subscriber drivers when I will be posting the amount of upgrades you have or to put into your driver so that when we do race, whatever, as soon as we get all your updates, I'll put them in, and hopefully then we'll have some better competition for you guys. And you'll be racing up in the front area, or at least heading in that direction after the next time we upgrade the drivers. Anyway, folks, that is going to do it for this episode. We want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.